Hello, reacting video. Today we're gonna try to use ChatGPT again to build our teams. We're going to ask for the spiciest team for the Great League here. It gives us out here Charizard as the first Pokemon, Champ as the second one, and the third going to be OleSkaaren. Yes, this is going to be the team for today. Very cool. Also, a big thanks for the last episode forward. Like, I wasn't sure about the video itself, and it was like one of my better performing videos over the last, I don't know, year. It was insanely cool to see all the support there. If you can continue the support, would be very nice. Leave a like if you enjoy those AI videos here, as we're going to have the team with Charizard and also the OleSkaaren and the Machamp. The thing is, for the ChatGPT, one thing that I didn't know, the data is only till 2021. It got fed basically with everything before that, so it doesn't have like the current meta, for example, available. That's why it doesn't suggest me anything if I like ask for a good team about the Noctowl, for example. Noctowl is something that didn't get boosted there, so it didn't have even Shadow Ball back in the day. So this ChatGPT thing is not completely accurate there. It's not perfectly fine, but it's still fun to use, and that's all. I didn't know about this fact before the last video. Just people in the comment section told me about this, which is good to know, but was still a very cool video there, and also it's going to be a very fun video. Yes, we're going to have at least some nice spice with the OleSkaaren here, but the Machamp and Charizard, both Pokemon that you don't really see too often here. Oh, actually, this is also a viewer, so shoutouts to you. Very cool to see you there. How did this team go? I ran 8 and 7, I think, but I cut out, like, usually I want to do always 2 sets with this team just so we can have a good comparison, but I did 3 sets with this team because I've encountered, which I all cut out here, the same hard counter team 4 times in a row. And I didn't want to show this. Like, it was not something that I wanted to showcase at all, because yeah, like all games, like it was Bastion in the lead, it was Sableye as a Salesform, and it was Trevenant in the back. Literally 0 chance at all. The game ended after like a minute or something. Showcasing that is kind of like doesn't make any sense at all. Like, what does it really help here? So I'm just being clear with that. I went a little bit worse than what you're going to see here in the video, of course. I just cut out those games because like it was complete RPS. Like, there's still going to be RPS games in here, but like it was complete nonsense. I faced them 4 times in a row, and I was like, why am I even playing this game? But yeah, I actually went, I think, 4-1 in my final set with this team, which is insane, to be fair. Like, 4-1 with this team is kind of wild. So it definitely still can work out, but if you face Bastion and Double Ghost with this team, of course, there's nothing you can do about it, and I faced it 4 times in a row, which is, yeah. So just want to be just clear here about this. So if you think about it and see like all those wins here, you feel like, oh wow, this team must be amazing. It was still cool. It was definitely cool, but I just cut out those 4 hard counter games, so you're still going to see some losses here, of course, but also a lot of cool wins. Against the Galarian Stunfisk, you at least do some nice damage with the Fire Punch here. They can Earthquake you and can knock you out with your OleSkaaren. OleSkaaren, definitely not a Pokemon that I would suggest you at all. It is a very spicy Pokemon for sure. Like, the AI was completely correct about this one, but not gonna lie, it was a pretty horrible one as well. You see the Drapion against us here right now. Fine for us, we can go ahead and go for the bait first. But yeah, OleSkaaren doesn't really do too much damage because it doesn't have a single stab move here. And also, like, of course, the stat product of this thing is completely horrible. Like, you cannot really do anything about it. We're going to be able to let those moves go through from the Drapion. I will just shield up once here, I think, and I can farm them all the way down with my Machamp. Machamp, always MVP in my teams. I love Machamp. I love to use Machamp. It's just such a good Pokemon. Sadly, pretty bad against the main meta right now, but against, like, just general, like, it's a very cool Pokemon to use. Especially in restricted metas, this Pokemon always shines. Shadow Machamp, such a good Pokemon to build. If you haven't built one yet, definitely try to do this here. But again, we're going to get kind of walled here by the Medicham in the back, plus the Noctowl. Very common line there, of course, with Medicham and Noctowl, but what can you do? We can still try to farm down, and we will be able to do that, but we have 100 energy right now, and the Machamp will not do enough damage to threaten this Medicham here, sadly. We have 2 moves stored. I'm just going to let this move go through, because there's no real reason for me to shield this move up and just delay the inevitable, as we will see a lead that I like to see and also a swap that I like to see. This is going to be most likely an Earthquake. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to go for the Rock Slide, actually, which is fine for me. I can just overfarm enough to throw in the CMP type. I will always get my shields back, so if they want to shield, which they do, that's fine for me, because they actually didn't throw immediately, you know. They're going to have to take another cross jump, and I got my shield back. I still have a pretty healthy mid-champ. We see the Noctowl came back in here, and I can go for one rock side, which in hindsight, I should have went for one cross jump. Because you're going to see now that the opponent will be able to farm me all the way down before I just barely get to the cross chop, and I will be able to go back into my Charizard, should be able to take one Sky Attack or Shadow Ball here. We actually see another one coming in, so I'm just going to rely on my Alakazam. Hopefully we will be able to do something here. We see the Swampert coming in. Can Alakazam actually do something about this? Let's see. We see the Hydro Cannon coming through. We will be able to throw the Shadow Ball against the opponent here, and this will one-shot them, of course. We see the Noctowl coming in, and the Fire Punch is coming through, giving us a clean sweep here with the Alakazam. Definitely a cool one to see, not something that you see all the time, so very, very fun. I actually always think what my opponent thinks when I battle them. Like, do they think, okay, this is like a team that he builds on his own, or do they think, oh, this is most likely going to be another challenge? Any trainer or whatever for the trainer challenge videos. We had recently a new episode, if you haven't seen that one, on Nance. But also, yeah, like here we're going to have, of course, the AI challenge. I might do this one also for the Weather Cup still and see what I get there. But I tried it out before already to ask for a team and was like really, really horrendous. I still see if I can like kind of tweak the command so it's something that at least works out half decent-ish. But we will see. So far, we see the Fire Punch coming through now from the Alakazam here, which will do some nice damage. They're going to go for another charge move here. Actually, maybe should have, I don't know. I actually don't know what I should have done here. I will be able to go into my Machamp and farm them all the way down, though. I actually go for the cross chop because it will allow me to keep my shield, which I think is a little bit more valuable than the extra energy here, as they're going to go ahead and go into the Gliscor again. I will be able to hopefully catch the move. Didn't work out, and this is horrible. If I didn't swap out here, I would have been so fine, but now I have to go for one cross chop, hopefully do some nice damage against them. And now I have to farm them all the way down, and if they can lock on me down, it's going to be tough. They're going to go for the Zap Cannon, of course get the debuff, but I will actually be able to farm them all the way. I wouldn't CMP against the Gliscor, and one Rock Slide going to annihilate this thing as well. Goodbye Gliscor, as we will be able to win this game here. Next opponent, we will see Charizard against Granbull. Very good lead for us. We see that the opponent going to stay in here, so they would seem to be weak to Charizard. A lot of teams are currently. We can go for one charge move here. Blastman coming through, going to get the one shot. We see the Galarian Stunfisk coming in, and we see the opponent going out against my Alakazam, which is hilarious. That was a very fast game. Next game coming up, we're going to see the Charizard against the Noctowl. Again, a pretty neutral matchup here. Definitely something where the bait depends, like for a lot of things that's going to happen afterwards, and we see that they're going to call the bait, which is going to be pretty horrible. But they're going to go for one Sky Attack now, and this allows me to go for at least one Blast Burn, getting definitely either the knockout or the shield back, but I'm actually going to bait for whatever reason, which is completely nonsense, because you see already that they didn't shield either. We see the Machamp coming in at this point of time. I can already forfeit as well. That's going to be a very clear one as well. I get some damage on them here, but I don't even get to another move here in time, really. I have to try to get the Dragon Claw off in time and try to hope that they don't shield here, because otherwise there's literally no way I can win this game. They're going to no shield, but like again, like it didn't even do as much damage as I thought. I can just let this move go through. It's going to be an Ice Punch, but honestly, like I have basically 0 health left, so the Noctowl is still going to try to go for a charge move here, and the Noctowl will be able to knock me out soon as well. We see the Swampert coming in. There was nothing I could have done. Next game, Pelipper, horrible again. We're going to stay in for a little bit, and I think I swap. Okay, I swapped a little bit too early. Horrible matchup in general. There's not a lot that I can do about it. They go for Weather Ball, which is good for me at least. They're going to go for another one, which is fine. I'm going to let this move go through. And I guess I can go back into my Charizard. Only Pokemon that really does neutral damage against them. Yeah, I have to go back into my Charizard. If I have to go back into my Charizard against the Pelipper, you see already how crap this team can be in certain scenarios. We see the Galarian Stunfisk coming in though, which allows us to go for one Blast Burn. Hopefully getting the shield there. We're going to get the shield, and we try to catch the Rock Slide. Didn't work out. This can be an Earthquake, so we have to shield this move up, as it's going to be a Rock Slide. So I can go for 5 more fast moves, and I will be able to hit my Cross Chop to knock them out if they want to shield this move up. They would live this, but of course they don't want to. They can just go back into their Pelipper And I was like, Pelipper should be pretty much out of energy now, so I will be able to just counter them down if I shield once. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here, and that's exactly not what's going to happen, because they actually have already 2 moves, but would have been better if I just let the first move go through, go into my Charizard, but it doesn't matter because they have a Bastion on the back anyway, so who cares? Next one, we're going to see the Deoxys defense against us. This is a wild one. We can go straight for the Blast Burn, trying to do some damage here. But of course, both of our Pokemon in the back have counter as their fast move, which is not going to be really cutting it here. But what is cutting it here is this Blast Burn damage. Incoming a Psycho Boost here, and we see the Umbreon incoming here as well. The thing is, with Umbreon, they could have Psychic. I'm going to gamble that they don't have Psychic, and they didn't have Psychic, which is amazing. So we will be able to farm up extra. We can go for 1 cross job here. We can knock them out. We have 1 cross job stored already. And I should have went straight for the charge move here. I don't think I did. Let me see. I actually did, okay, I did go after 1 more fast move, that's fine. I should be able to knock out the opponent here if they wanted to, but they don't want to. But this allows me to get to another move here, which is amazing. Trying to get the final shield by the opponent, and I can go ahead and go into my Alakazam I would go for. Okay, I actually don't go into my Alakazam, I'm going to let this move go through. It's going to be a Psycho Boost. I could swap out here right now. I'm going to go for the charge move here. And I think they swapped into something, right? They did swap into the Warren, and you know already what's going to happen here. We can just shield up once, or we don't even have to shield up, and we can go just for the knockout, but they sadly forfeit before. But the damage of counter was insane there. Holy hell. Next game, Noctowl again. Noctowl going to be going for the Sky Attack basically right away here. Going to do some nice damage, but we have, of course, our Blast Burn to retaliate. Let's see how much damage it's going to do here. They're always going to outspeed me, though, so they're going to shield this move up, actually. I'm going to shield this move up as well, and I can swap out afterwards, because I don't really want to get farmed down here, I think. At least I think. Maybe I actually stay in. Maybe I let them farm me down. Let's see. We go for the Blast Burn. We're going to get the shield. Actually let them farm me down, because I don't really want to go into my Alakazam right now. I expected them to have another Medicham in the back. That's a very common combination. Noctowl, Medicham. Noctowl weak to Rock, Steel basically as well, and Ice types, while Medicham beats all of those. So we actually see a Sableye coming in. This is amazing for me because I really needed this. But I don't think it really helps me either, because I have to go for one Rock Slide and still doesn't do enough damage, and they can farm me all the way down. So if they're through there, that would have been really, really cool for me, but like this, they can just return me, and 1 return is easily enough to knock out the Alakazam. Final game for the video. That was actually a very quick video. It felt like a few seconds only. We will see the Medicham coming in here, going for 1 Blast Burn immediately, trying to get the shield advantage, and we get the shield advantage immediately. I can shield up the move as well, going to be the Psychic, which is very good for me that I shield up this one. And I can now actually nearly go straight for the Dragon Claw. This is only an Ice Punch for sure, so I will be able to survive it. I could just go for the Dragon Claw here, and I'm gonna go for the full farm down actually. Yeah, what a madman there. Gonna go into the Alakazam while they have their Lickitung. Luckily, they swapped out here for whatever reason and went into a Pokemon where the fast move is not super effective, unlike Lick there. Like Lickitung would have easily won the matchup, but like this, I can farm them all the way down. I can go for 1 Fire Punch, and now we just go for all those 1 HP moves here. Fire Punch coming through. Next up, going to be the Blast Burn one is coming through here, and we will be able to now go ahead and go into our Machamp and knock out the final Pokemon. So, this was a fun one. Let me know some ideas in the comment section what I can do still with the AI, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.